Hello everyone, Anina Malherbe-Lan back for Vivid Earth. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that just came to me instinctively. So 2025, on the 29th of January to be exact, we'll be entering the year of the snake in Chinese astrology. I don't hear many people speak about Chinese astrology, but it's quite fascinating. And, every year has a certain flavor about it and it affects different people differently. So, in case you don't know, there's a 12-year cycle for the different Chinese astrology signs. You are obviously one of those animals as well, animal characteristics, whether it is the snake, the dog, what else? The ox, the horse, the mouse. There's all these animals, and they've used their characteristics to kind of define or give a general flavor as to either what the person is like, depending on, if they're born in that year, or what the year will be like for those, going through that year. So, for example, we have here the snake coming up. So, if you're a mouse, for example, if you were born in the year of the mouse, you may have either a good year or a bad year, or you may be likely to fall ill or have some difficulty or have great abundance and love and joy. So supposedly, this is the cycle that we go through. So we, it's also a tool for growth at the end of the day. So these are all catalysts for growth. So, we have our challenges, which sharpens the sword, so to speak, and pushes us through the eye of the needle so we can grow spiritually, mentally, physically, and become stronger and more refined and more um, open to life's changes. But then it's counterbalanced, and it's always the yin and yang in this by the brilliant years. So you'll have some brilliant years as well. But I'm not going to dive too deep into that. You can Google that and see what you are. It also depends on uh, what year you are born. So you could be a wood snake, you could be a earth snake, you could be a fire snake, or a water snake. So there's these four nature elements that then further influences and flavors each Chinese astrological sign and year accordingly. And the thing is, we are nature, right? We are one with nature. We are made from the same atoms. We are made from the same stardust. It's all part of the quantum field. It's all a different expression of God at the end of the day. It's God expressing itself through you. And so we are fractals of God, and all animals are as well, plants, rocks, you name it, everything that we see around us that are natural are fractals of God, um, sparks, if you will. So that's why you can take on the characteristics of a certain animal that kind of sums up how you may be, how you may appear to others in the world, the things that you're going to go through, the type of life lessons you need to learn. Um, so you can Google, if you just Google your birth date and you're here, you can see what element you are, what animal and element you are. But as I said, on the 29th of January 2025, we'll be moving into the year of the snake, the wood snake to be exact. Now that's interesting. If you're part of this truth movement, you will know how the snake has been bastardized, if you will, over the last couple of years. And people think snakes are evil, and it's part of this whole reptilian agenda, and that they use snakes in certain ways, whether it's a snake head in the Vatican or whatever it is. But you have to remember there's a dark side to everything and everyone, and there is a light side to everything and everyone. That is the yin and yang of life, and we need to find that balance and integrate the darkness, not push it away, just integrate it. And that's when we do the shadow work, when we do the inner work, where we refine our spirit and become more humble, aligned with love, aligned with oneness. And I don't know if you can hear the background, but there are people working on equipment in the background, making shelves and all sorts of things. So apologies. I hope it's not too bad. So there is a light side and a dark side to everything. So people saying, "Oh, snakes are bad," and whenever there's a sign of the snake, oh, that's bad, and it's an Illuminati sign, it's a cabal sign, and it's just all bad. And that is simply not true, because if you really want to research, the lighter side of the snake, the light side of the snake characteristics, it's all about wisdom. It's all about transformation. It's all about reinventing yourself. It's all about shedding skin, old skin. And that I find very interesting moving into 2025, because I think as a collective, this is exactly what we are doing at the moment. We are shedding our old skin. We have to. And we are also transforming as a human race, as a collective. I think 2025 is going to be a very, very important year. We've been through a lot in 2024, don't get me wrong, but 2025 is going to take a more positive spin. It is going to say, okay, now we're ready to move forward into a new chapter. We are ready to reinvent ourselves. We're ready to shed the old skin, the old habits, the old programming, because, unfortunately, we have been given so many programs since birth for the past couple of thousands of years. And that's all they are. They are programs. And, it's so hard to break free from them. But that is one of our biggest jobs. Just let go of the programming, let go of the dialogue in the mind, the constant chatter. And, when I say programming, you may do certain things instinctively. Okay. You would just react in a certain way. And it might not be for your highest good. And it may not be for the highest good of the collective. But this is what we've been programmed with, because it's that self-sabotage programming that nefarious beings who have been ruling this planet has made sure as a collective. And it's all over, and obviously it's reinforced by what we see around us, the Hollywood, the music industry, the politicians, business, corporations, food, water, housing, government. It's in everything. So that reinforces all of that bad programming. And I find it very fitting, because it's exactly what we'll be doing in 2024, 25. We'll be flipping the script and writing a new story for humanity. And the thing is, we need to be willing to let go of the old skin. Now, imagine a snake that's not willing to let go of his old skin. It's not going to end well. So you have to be ready to shed the old and be ready to completely surrender and give up everything you knew or believed or found valuable in life, and reinvent yourself. Start a new chapter without all the programming. A new chapter of love, unity, oneness, transformation, and spiritual growth. Ultimately, that as a collective we have to go through, and the ones that are going to resist it, it's not going to end well for them. And we have to respect that as well. That's their choice. Maybe they are not ready, and that's all good. We can't force or try to convince people anymore. It's now up to each individual what road they want to take, what timeline they want to choose, and if they want to choose the spiritual transformation, or they want to just go back to their old life. And the thing is, there isn't any room left on in this reality for that old life and that old way of living, and the way that we did things in the past. It's all about competition. It's all about uh, defending yourself, conflict. The whole system is rigged against us, basically, because it creates an atmosphere of division. At the end of the day, this is the modus operandi. Okay, this was the modus operandi all along, because when we divided, when we're not united, we can't create magic, and we can't come together and unite our power and be powerful and shift the needle, because then we are just many, many, many different pockets of humanity trying to fight the system. Imagine we come together as one collective, and we stand strong against that 1%, the 1% of the Illuminati ruling things. If we could just do that, literally the script will change overnight. Our whole reality will change overnight. but it's one of the most difficult things we have come to see for humanity to do. And it's such a pity, actually, because it can be so simple, but we've made it so complicated and it's been so well hidden. So we have to wake up to that reality. It's time to change. It's time to shed the skin. It's time to transform. It's time to level up, basically. Really, it's time to level up. And we're getting all the galactic support. We're getting all the support from the central sun, all the solar flares coming through, flooding the planet with light. The Schumann resonance supporting us to really uplift ourselves into a higher dimension. So all the support is that, along with all our galactic brothers and sisters who are trying their best to influence the frequency on the planet, and not let the dark ones, win the day again. The light is already won. It's already won. We just have to anchor that in now, and we have to believe it, and we have to focus on this new beginning instead of focusing on the past, because the past and the future doesn't exist, only the present does. And what we do in each moment, each of the moments of the present moment, that is what makes up our future. That is what makes up our next evolutionary leap, if you will. So we have to be so careful, about our thoughts, our actions, our emotions. Really, these things that are supported us in 3D, but it's time to let all of them go. Honestly, it's really time. I can't stress that enough. Sorry, guys, I've got so much noise in the background. I hope it's a bit better now. So just to kind of touch on a few characteristics of the year of the snake. Wisdom and elegance. The snake is associated with wisdom, elegance, transformation, and creativity. Intuition and creativity. The wood element in 2025 adds a layer of creativity, stability, and grounded energy to the serpent's natural characteristics. Personal and professional growth. The year of the snake encourages a focus on long-term plans, innovative thinking, and making decisions with care and precision. And I would like to add to that personal transformation and transformation as a collective. Like I said, this is the energy of the snake. And snakes are tough as well. They can just live in the desert for I don't know how long, probably not get any water. They only eat every couple of days, or is it weeks, something like that. So they're very, very hardy and tough animals, but they're also pretty scary for most of us. But as I said, when you look at the positive aspect, it's all about transformation. And remember, when you look at things like Kundalini energy, they often describe it with the snake wrapping around the spine, that spiral energy. Even the medical profession is characterized by I think is it the caduceus or something with snakes around it. So it's not all negative. And the thing is, we have to reclaim all these things from the dark, because they've taken everything from us: symbols, animals, characteristics, astrology, numerology. And now's the time to take all of that back. So it's not those things are bad. It's just that they used it for bad. They used the shadow aspect of those elements, and we're all taking it back. So no more need to avoid something. Do you ever think anything will be created in this world that is bad, inherently bad? No. Everything starts out good, but everything and everyone has the ability to claim their dark side if they so choose. And maybe that's an experience they wanted to have. But at the end of the day, we all have to come back to the light, because that's the only way forward, Otherwise, you go into a spiral and you go downwards. And I don't think that's what anyone wants. We want to grow, we want to evolve, we want to be the light, we want to be love, we want to be unity, we want to be one with all beings around us. So I'm not going to say much more than that. I mean, I can say things like the personality traits of people born in the year of the snake would be intelligent and strategic, charming and elegant. So those are interesting things, but I really just want to focus much more on the sign itself. And I'm not even going to take this further. You can reflect on the information that I've just given you, and see how do you want to enter Year of the Snake. And we're already preparing for that. We're already going through massive transformations with all the light flooding the planet, having all these physical symptoms and triggers come up. That is a catalyst for change. And so it's getting us ready for the year to come. And with transformation, it also means all the systems will be transformed, government will be transformed, the way we do things will be transformed, food will be transformed, water. So it's all good things. This is the year of transformation. And some say it's the year of restitution. And yes, that will happen, but it's first about shedding the old. And that is literally what we see crumbling right now. So it's all good news, guys. I hope you get your intentions ready for 2025, the year of the snake. You can ponder over that for the festive season and journal and write down things that come up for you. And remember, trust your own intuition, trust yourself, be your own guru. The time to follow others and be, other gurus and put them on pedestals is over as well. So we're finding the guru within. And that's what we need to focus on. Sometimes, yes, we'll need a bit of help, we'll need some guidance, we'll need a bit of healing, but we won't give our power away to anyone. That is the key that I want to stress. It's getting very noisy here, so I'm going to end this now. I will bring you some more intel, hopefully very soon. But I just really wanted to get this out while it was on my mind. So I'm sending you all much love, and we'll speak soon.